Hi there. So just a fair warning before I start. I'm uh, new to commentating on this league, but I've commentated on others, so I may have I may have some issues with names, at least to start off with, but hopefully for the most part everything will be fine. We'll be getting underway in just a few minutes with qualifying. So to cap over who at the championship here, we have Dross is top by quite a commanding lead of 53 points in his AlphaTauri, to Dan behind in McLaren, which is a close fight for second place, with Andy behind in the Alfa Romeo, who's only 4 points behind, so it's actually quite close for second place. Not too far behind is Knowsley as well, and Lights as well, so quite good. Looking to get off the mark at the back is Beres and Willem. McLaren and Ferrari drivers still on, who are on 0 points right now, but hopefully they can get back and get some points tonight. We have, looks like, just about to start off, so get into the first part of qualifying in just a few minutes. Well, less than a few minutes, of course. $17 drivers as well, so hopefully we'll have a good. Not a full grid, unfortunately, but hopefully we'll go well with 17. My name on the Discord and on PSN is MultiRabC, so yeah, may know me from other places I may not know, but let's see how this race will pan out. So right now it's the waiting game. Who's gonna come out first? So right now it's about. And it looks like it's Milan that is coming out first for his flyer. So let's. Well, not his flyer, his outlap. So, I guess in this type of qualifying, the full 3 sessions, it's really about saving the best, saving enough tyres for the race to get your strategy done properly and to avoid using too many tyres, so you can get as many runs as possible I think in Q3 probably 2 on the softs is usually what you'd be aiming for. It's warming up tyres is Farhad in the Renault. And in his Force India, he's going to be the first to set, well, likely the first to set a lap. Purely Orange is on the mediums for this first run in Q1. And big back up there for Milan before getting his first flying lap underway. And let's see how this goes. Okay through 1 and 2. And through into the DRS zone, so we've got VIL and Energetic who are also starting Fatality as well, and the Williams starting his flyer too. Just keep an eye on the sector times as people start coming through. Completing laps. Mistake there in the first parts from Maggots and Beckett's, and then cuts the final the corner there at, I believe it's Chapel. So that's unfortunate there. Fatality's just not far behind Farhad, who is now also at that Maggots and Beckett's complex. Corners keeping it on track. So DRS on, of course it's purple first sector, or second sector I should say. Coming towards the end in the Renault, and we'll be crossing the line. We have, yeah, Farhad at the time of 1:25.7. And Bally's with time 4/10 quicker, just about keeps out of the way. Purely Orange there with a 1:25.6, so mediums, really good time. Fatality. Oh, Milan's retired from the race, from the session, sorry, and according to the mini map, looks like he's spun off at Stowe. Let's see who's coming around to Stowe and see if we can. Okay. The yellow's just disappeared as well, so we won't actually see, but I'm sure that is what happened. Energetics invalidated his lap. Fatality. He's going for a to try and set a lap here. Oh, we just seen a fastest lap getting set by this Alfa Romeo, 1:25.1. Should Fatality come to the end of his lap? And it's a 1:25.3. He goes into third place with that time, and Liam looks to have went off at Maggots Beckett's. Let's just see who's coming up close to that. Yeah, he's off at Maggots and Beckett's is what it looks like. Let's just see. Yeah, it was. That Nova is slowing down, and I think Energetic may have got that good slipstream there. Or it might have actually gotten his way, I'm not entirely sure. There's a bit wide onto that part, but we'll see what the time comes. It's a really good time, just misses out on pole position with the fastest sector 3 time, stays out of the way very nicely as well. So Nova, he's starting his next flying lap 10 minutes ago of Q1. That's the fastest first sector as well. Putting together a very nice lap at the moment, but has now slowed down with the invalidation, and he'll be parking it in the pits, I believe. So essentially, I don't suspect. Oh well, actually, let's have a look at the Red Bull. He's on a flyer. Most haven't actually set a lap time yet, but it shouldn't be. Oh, and a mistake there. Keep him going with the lap though. It's, or at least I thought I saw a mistake. That was the purple second sector apparently. Coming through the final part of the Silverstone circuit. And setting the pole time with a 1:24.6. Very nicely done. So I don't think rules changed based on there being 17 drivers, so really as long as Doff and Knowsley set a valid time, they'll go through with Milan and Liam both crashing out of the qualifying session. Maybe make it a difficult race for them right at the back. Yes, Doff's is county finish. It's looking really quick. Not the quickest though, but a 1:25 flat to AlphaTauri's doing quite well. Oh, and Phil in the Ferrari smacks it onto P2 in Q1. So that's a good lap from the Ferrari driver to do that. I think, who have we got? We've got the Renault driver of Farhad. He's coming to the end of his his lap. But will he stick it? He'll stick it in a solid 7th. Quite close really between the basically from third down to 8th. It is actually really close. And the Alfa Romeo driver seems to be going around. He's had a lap that was far off the pace, but he's not having an easy time now either. Still 7 seconds quicker, and will likely, well, I think almost definitely will still be in to the next session. So much so that he's decided to pit. Let's go and look at the McLaren of Dan Murphy, who's well placed in the championship. So an important qualifying session for him as he tries to protect and keep the be around the second place and chase after Dross for the championship, who's got a big lead. Unfortunately, that time won't help him if he isn't able to improve on that in the future sessions. Grunman is setting his lap time, and that's another 1:25 flat, just behind Dross. Dross has retired from the session. He's happy with third place. He knows that he's through as well. Noisily just ensured that he finished a lap, stayed out of the way of people, and that gets him 14th. And Dross basically was like, it decided no point in wasting tyres, I know I'm through. Tharth going to do it on his flyer, just ensuring maybe he doesn't quite realise that Milan and Liam will not be able to set times, and neither will he, as he's just invalidated that lap time. Got Nosley, he's just coasting around at the moment. Yeah, Villa, he's retired from the session as well, quite comfortable with his position. The Red Bull driver here is probably comfortable with his position, but just going out to have a bit of a run at it. And he's purple again in sector 2 by 3.5 tenths. So he's got some good pace, but invalidates and sticks it in the pits. Yeah, and retires from the session, fully knowing his safety. Dan's still out. He's actually improving on his time as well. And yep, a 1:25.2. Dan definitely safe. A lot of people, a lot of our drivers just deciding. I think Fatality wants to do a lap on mediums at the end here. More people retiring, knowing that they are safe. Farther also out in a flyer, but is possibly, in fact, he's just finished the flyer and is clearly out fuel. Dan, according to that, was down in his time. So yeah, I mean effectively Q1 was over quite early on with the crashes of Milan and Liam. So we know who's through. Dan is retired from the session. Nodesley out too. So yeah, so we are at the point where the session is essentially over. Third wants to just set a lap time to make sure. I'm not sure exactly, but or maybe just get back to the pits and retire. But I think the session will actually end before that even has the hope of happening. So yeah, essentially the session is over, and I believe it's the even with 17 starters, it is the top 15 that go into Q2. That means our retirees of Milan and Liam will not be going through, and everyone else will be. Bart literally crawling on fumes to the finish line. I don't really know why. Everyone else except from Farhad has actually retired from the session, knowing that they are completely safe. God, will he actually make it to the line? I've never seen in these games a Formula 1 car actually run completely dead. Oh well, and the lines, yeah. Let's see playing the lines there we go. Now with a time of 3 minutes 25. First will amazingly, I'm sure, qualify. So it's really now just waiting now for the session to end. There we go. Farhad has retired, and that ends the session. A fantastic time from Farth and Knowsley at the back to qualify. Then, all seriousness, the grid is actually looking very close, but let's see the times that can be set in the second session. Check the race director very quickly to see if there was any. I think there was quite a few warnings for track limits, and some of those laps obviously being invalidated. So luckily enough, everyone who managed to set a time gets to go through. The two that unfortunately crashed out without being able to set a time will have to sit and wait through the rest of qualifying. And now it's Q2. So what what you do your fastest time on is the tire you'll start on. So we have Blaze, looks like he'll be doing mediums, or at least that's what he's got fitted right now. Shep has also got that, Droths the same, and Nosley, Nova and Haas doing the same, Fatality and VIL as well. So look to be all starting on mediums on their first run in Q2. Pearly Orange just went out on softs. Yep. Strategy bolt will likely be a key part in this race that will be starting in about half an hour. After we were able to complete qualifying. So let's see. Red Bull driver is now starting to come to the end of his outlap. And hopefully we can see a good start for him. Yep, through turns 1 and 2, quickly breaking into turn 3. A bit of a lock up there. Keeping it together though onto the first DRS straight. Just slowing down on their outlaps, a good first sector on the mediums. Runs a bit wide in that area, but that probably helps get a quicker run through here. Now trying to get so not cutting the corners, does it well. So here flat out, still flat out, a little left, bit of a even more of a left. But straight onto the DRS zone. And invalidates right at the end on the exit. It was looking like a really good lap. So who else is coming around? We've got Ferrari guy. He hasn't invalidated, so he'll get a lap on the board. Fatality with a 1:25.7 on the mediums. But the Ferrari driver here is a 1:25.3 on his mediums. Yellow flags. It's Dross, he's crashed. Where's that? That's at the exit of, I believe, Stowe. Pearly Orange though, he's set a time of 1:24.7 on softs though, and Dan Murphy not having a good time in his run on his first run on softs. And Energetic coming to the end of his lap, he's got a 1:25.4 on the mediums, getting decent lap times. We'll go to Blaze, who is also on a flyer, just finishing off in the Haas. And he gets a 1:25.4, so Again, really close. Purely orange out of view, so hopefully can easily stay out of anybody on a flying lap. Although another person is still on a flying. Nope, he was quicker, but decided to pit anyway because that would be his second lap on those softs. Decided it'd be best to pit. Yeah. So some are now doing an outlap. So we'll be going to next. Got Farhad, he's actually out on softs. So he's hoping to just get into the top 10 for Q3 and make the most of his position there. Bit of a mixture, some people going for the softs to try and get the best chance of being in Q3, some going in the mediums for what they believe is a better race strategy. Sectors are usually slow there because of backing up. Yep, that's what it looked like it was. Backing up and going into the pits. So it's Farhad in the Renault. And he goes into second just behind Poorly Orange with a 1:24.8. Ferrari driver still in the top positions. Noisley's still going round, and Dross is on his outlap, back on the set of mediums. Farth is still is in the pits, so he hasn't set a time yet. Shapley on the mediums goes into pole position with a 1:24.5. What a lap that is. Sorry to miss, as we were watching Noisley put in a 1:26 flat. And Gurnman, I believe, is just put in a soft lap of 1:24.8. Keep an eye on championship leader Dross. His teammate also doing a really good job, having AlphaTauri top the Constructors' Championship as well. I suspect, as long as there's not an invalidation, that Dross here will be setting a time good enough for Q3. And it wasn't. It's a 1:26.5. Okay, so we need to keep an eye on championship leader. What's going to happen there? I'm noisily still out and slow, very slow in fact, and Dross is as well. So Firth is the only person on an outlap. He's on mediums. 5 minutes to go, Q2. So he needs to get a lap on the board as well. We won't have much time. If this lap doesn't go well, he's basically kissing goodbye to Q3, so here we go, flying lap with F1 Farth. Through turns 1 and 2 pretty cleanly. Close to the apex on turn 3, turning as close to the apex on turn 4 as well. Crosses over the corner and turn 5 onto the DRS straight. Let's see that the sector 1 time is, it's purple. Because he can't be green, he's not set a time. So coming up to where a lot of the invalidations have come, and he manages to keep it on the track now through Maggots Beckett, so didn't completely kiss the apex but did there, and yeah, that's an okay run through there. DRS for the straight, but it's not invalidated again. Keep it together. Yep, kept on track. And let's see what the time will be. It's looking like it's going to be a bit off the pace. It's a 1:26 flat, the exact same time that Knowsley set, but Knowsley set it first, so he's in Q3 at the moment and Firth isn't, and I don't think he's got enough time to get round. Doss having no choice but to go into softs. I think is also the same, and Aiden at the back also having to do that. Dan on the flyer, it's 3/10 up in the first sector. People at the, to be honest, anybody that's not in the 124s I think may need to go again just to make sure they get through, because there's a lot faster guys outside the top 10 at the moment who will be going on to softs. I think probably all, at least 3 out of the 4, I think 3 out of the 5, probably 4 out of the 5 that are not in the top 10 will be challenging for top 10. But Knowsley actually retires from the session. And Dan goes into 3rd place with a 1:24.8, so Knowsley is out of qualifying. Farth isn't going to have enough time, so he is out of qualifying as well. Fatality on a soft run. Maybe he was going to be on a soft run, or maybe he just done his soft run and we missed it. He's in 6th. Yeah, there we go. The Novas went back out on mediums though. Energetic and Rails, they're back out, but they're on softs. And Phil in 7th, he's not going to have a chance. So let's see, our championship leader, he's 7/10 up. That actually won't be enough, so he needs to pick it up again throughout the rest of the 3rd sector. And now he's a 2.5 up, and that will definitely be enough. So some people are going to be pushed out of Q2 at the end here, out of Q3 at the end here I should say. Firth in the pits, he is out, and 2-second improvement puts Ross on first in Q2, 1:24.4. Oh wait, pushing too hard. and the Alfa Romeo driver will be out of Q3 because he's not going to set a lap time. The other AlphaTauri into 4th place, he qualifies. Fatality is safe, so he's pitted. Phil safe, he risked it. Now I imagine that Fatality will be safe. Maybe he won't be. Nova's setting a time. He's the furthest right, and it's an improvement, but it isn't enough to get that 125 flat, so it also isn't enough at the moment to get into Q3. Let's see, you really wanted to qualify on the mediums, clearly, and that may just get him in. He improved by almost 4/10, but Energetic is improving by half a second, so it's not likely to be. Yeah, 6/10. Energetic goes up to 6th. Fatality on the cusp, but goes through. So our drivers exiting at Q2 are Aiden, who didn't set a lap time. Sorry, Firth, who wasn't able to set a quick enough lap time on mediums. Millingsley, who decided not to go out again, and that is unfortunate for him. Nova went back out again on mediums, but couldn't do a lap time to get him into Q3. Phil just misses out as well, and Fatality makes it through. So it really was, you needed to do a time. You needed to do a time on the softs to make it through to Q3. So everyone in Q3, except from if you were driving a Red Bull in the name of Shapley, who is less than a 10th off the 1st place position on a medium run. That could be very useful for him. Everyone else that set times on the mediums is out of qualifying, and we go into Q3 where we'll find out actually who is going to take pole position for the British Grand Prix. Okay, we are here. 10 drivers remaining for the battle for pole position. Fatality just making it through in the Williams. So we shall see how this will go. I would imagine that everyone will do times on the softs this time around. It's purely Orange and Energetics that are going out early. Oh, sorry, yeah, and Blaze as well. Energetics taking that much quicker than the Haas driver. Wasn't expecting that. Almost everyone's out now, except from Dan and Shapley, who seems to have really good pace at Silverstone. Double checking the championship standings just to see exactly where he is. He sits in 11th place with 25 points, and any real good result here, but it's looking like there may be, really help him jump up the championship order. It's actually the lights that tends to be the better going of the Red Bull drivers. But here we go, it's Energetics who will be on the flying lap first. A lock up into turn 3 and goes a bit deep, so a bit of time lost in this first run. Purely Orange as well, same area. Everyone's going for it. Championship leaders around here too, but we'll go back to Energetics. First sector was the 26. Dan's the only guy still in the pits. Energetics, he's looking to put a decent marker down on the board for the others to beat. Another lock up though, certainly losing time with these mistakes, and it's still a 124.5, definitely pushing harder. Fatality has invalidated Blaze as a 124.6 as well, so actually Energetics quicker than him. Purely Orange a 124.9. Nathan in the AlphaTauri, he sets a time that's good enough for third, just behind Energetics, and drops a 124.8. Red Bull driver, who's been really quick all day so far, has made an error, but is still quick, and yes, he drops just underneath the 124 barrier. Technically a 123.9. Fatality going again on the same soft tyres. I imagine there was lag involved at the end, because there was definitely no way you would set a time like that with the way we've seen the final corners taken, but that's okay, that happens. Fatality, I think, is the only one out in a fast lap. He's put enough fuel in to do 2 laps here, so... Oh no, Fatality, oh! He's lost this and went round, so that's a yellow flag situation. But shame for Fatality, he won't be setting the time and will likely be starting in 10th and starting on softs. Yeah. So I think we've got a bit of lull. Like, far Dan's actually went out at this point. So it's just the Renault driver here that's out doing a fast lap. Not in a fast lap, on an out lap. Whilst everyone else is kind of just waiting out to get the best track conditions at the very end of the session. Farhad trying to make sure that he doesn't get traffic by going out at the time that he has. And yeah, they're about to start the flying lap. He's going to have absolutely no traffic. Everyone else is in the pits. This might end up being a really smart move from the Renault driver. Bit of a lock up though there. Won't slow him down too much by the looks of it. DRS activated. Definitely has a bit of a slide there. Trying to get a good run on the straightaway, onto the old pit straight. And not making the same mistake to Stone, no. Doesn't do a fatality, and he gets to go through Maggots and Beckett's chapel. Right, now that's a purple sector 2, so looking quick. Gets it turned down well. Final corner puts him into 6th place for now with a 1:24.8, putting him above Poorly Orange, Gunnerman, Fatality who's not set a time yet, and Dan Murphy who hasn't set a time yet either. So much time that still everyone else is still in the pits, and Farhad is on his in lap. So the other guys are going to have a bit less traffic than they otherwise usually would. You've got Farhad who has already done his run when there was no traffic at all, and unfortunately for Fatality, well, yeah, he had a fatality at Stowe. And will likely be starting in 10th place as long as Dan Murphy can set a time. And I really hope I'm not getting the corners wrong either. That would be really embarrassing. So yeah, Gunnerman is out on his out laps. So is Blaze, Ethan and Droth just come in as well. Energetics is also out too. Out in his out laps. So is Dan Murphy, who will be looking to set a time, really. Just got to watch the fact that the slowest time in this qualifying session is a 1:25 flat. That is really good pace. A fantastic lap from the Red Bull driver, who's got pole by 4/10 at this time. There we go, starting his fast lap is Gunnerman. And Farhad has retired from the session. Is everybody going to get through? Okay, yep. has made it. Curly Orange just makes it. And barely everyone makes it to do their fast laps. I think we'll hang on and see how close Dross can get to the Red Bull driver in front. Didn't seem like it was as fast through Sector 1. Let's see the Sector 2 split. How much time can he make up? It's only a tenth, just over a tenth. It's nowhere near what is needed. Oh, Goodman is up by almost half a second. That shall promote him up to third place. And Energetics crashes out. I'm not sure where. Blaze is pitted. Dross actually improved his last sector by quite a lot, but not enough to catch. Energetics is out. Poorly Orange just to finish his lap. And where does he go? He jumps Energetics and goes up to fourth place. And wow, Shapley improves his time by 1/1000th of a second. Energetics having that off, and now having a bit of fun. I don't know if he's in the mood to give us donuts, but that would be amazing. No, he crosses the line, and that's the end of Q3, and we have got our top 10. So Vitality is in 10th, Farhad 9th, Dan Murphy 8th, Blaze in 7th, Earth in 6th, Energetics. I was expecting more from the second AlphaTauri as well. Energetics done a good time, looked like he was going to do better, but he's instead down in 5th. Burley Orange put in a great lap at the end to go 4th. Gurman surprised me quite a bit by improving by 6/10ths on his final run, jumping into 3rd. Dross, the championship leader, really improved on his final sector, but just not quite enough to catch the Red Bull of Shapley, who takes pole position. And just looking at the sky for the race, it looks like it's going to be completely dry. At least at the start. Very strange for Britain this time of year, to be honest. But yes, we shall see how this race goes. It's fairly interesting looking with the grid being rather tight, I would say, in qualifying especially. I think almost anybody pace to do really well in qualifying without any of the mistakes that may have crept in. So looking at the strategies, it is a one-stop. I think everyone's on softs in the end, except from Shapley, who will be on mediums. No, I'm completely wrong on that one. So we actually have a mixture. So we have Shapley, who qualified Q2 on medium, so has starting them, and the rest of the top 10 are the same, so they're starting on softs. The first person to get a choice is Phil, and he went on mediums. Nova has went on to hards to start the race. Knowsley has started on softs. Firth has started on mediums. Aiden has started on softs. Milan decided to start on mediums. Liam started on mediums, and someone that couldn't make the qualifying session but has made it now, Emerson Hilton, is also chosen to start on mediums in 18th. So yeah, very different strategies for everyone, but for everyone I believe it's a one-stop still on any normal race that goes without safety car interruptions, possibly virtual safety car interruptions as well, or I guess crashes, which we wouldn't like to see, but we'd love to see some close wheel to wheel racing, and that was actually a quite quick formation lap by these guys. So we are nearly ready to start the 26 lap race. Usually the timing glitches out at the beginning, so hopefully it either won't or it will fix itself out quickly, but let's be ready for the start. And away we go for the race. Droff's looking to take the lead straight away, but doesn't make it. Few movements around. It looks like there's an overtake, but it's got past Purely Orange there. I think everyone's got through safely. There's a bit of a touch there between I think it was Dan Murphy. Fatalities actually dropped down the order. There's an overtake though at the back from Fatality on Nova. Liam's still at the back as well. Oh, they've touched there, and Fatalities round at the back with Phil. Milan now up behind his teammate and will go to the front. We've got loads of side-by-side action. Purely Orange right behind. This was Blaze is fighting with Gunnarsson, and yeah, and there's Farhad who's just got past Energetics as well. Side by side again here as Blaze takes the corner. Knowsley gets a 3-second time penalty. Purely Orange behind that. And somehow, I'm not sure what's happened there, but Emerson has dropped back down the field. It's a yellow flag out as well. I'm not sure what that's for. So Purely Orange, he's up behind. Okay, so the timing screen seemed to have gone crazy. But this is the leading battle here, and we have Droff still trying to chase down for the lead. Purely Orange, it's really close between everyone. Here, a bit of a mistake there from Orange. Oh, there is a car off, and it was the second of the AlphaTauris. I think we've just seen an overtake there. The guys at the front going past the same area. Firth has got a 3-second time penalty as well now. Gurman seems to be really quick right now, and we're going to probably start getting DRS trains now with how close everything is here. Yeah, where it may start to become difficult to pull out the overtakes. But Emerson just got it done on Firth. But Firth got back through as well. Battle behind with Milan and Aiden. They both kind of go wide, but Milan keeps the position there. Liam really closing in on that too. Running wide, we see Energetics makes the move and keeps it on track and passes Farhad before 6th place. And Nova's out down the straight in sector 3, and it's a full safety car for the drivers to deal with. I didn't quite see what happened. Fatality has decided to pitch straight away and change his strategy completely. Everyone's quite close together other than a few guys at the back, so I don't think it'll be a long safety car. So Fatality has decided to go on to the hards. Don't know if what he's trying to do is take them to the end, but I don't think that will happen. 22 laps on the hards. It'll be a struggle. Might actually be able to do it, but it will be a struggle. So that kind of just, well, and honestly the safety car won't change much for the front, for the majority of guys, because they were so close battling with each other anyway, that it basically looked like this except for much faster. What it does do is help some of the guys that had issues, I guess, earlier. Although I guess it doesn't really help Fatality at all. Actually, a lot of people are pitting. Purely Orange getting a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Some people started the mediums that are pitting. They're just, so who pits and who doesn't? That's what we're having a look at now. So Dross pits, Billy's pits, Gurman's pitting, and they're all going on to hards by the looks of it. The top 8 haven't pitted, and I think the AlphaTauri's actually had to, I think the top 5 actually, the AlphaTauri's actually had to stack in the pits as well, so that's really cost him. He's down to 16th, so you can see the massive changing in positions there, and yeah, essentially everyone that pitted, with the exception, well, okay, not everyone, a few exceptions. Gitterman went on mediums, Farthan went on to the mediums. Farth actually went on a new set of softs. Ethan went on to mediums. Milan gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Everyone else went on to hards, except from the top 8 who decided not to pit. In that safety car. or at least at that point. See, does anybody dive in late? So since we're behind the safety car, we can definitely have a look in the race director and see the penalties. Who took the penalties? We have Nosley, who's got a 3-second time penalty. Thurston's got a 3-second time penalty. Andrew, who's got a 3-second time penalty as well. Fatality. Nova had one before his exit of the race where we missed what actually happened on stream. It's Poorly Orange and Milan who have got a 5-second time penalty, one for speeding in the pit lane, the other for ignoring the yellow flags. Poorly Orange getting the speeding penalty and Milan getting the yellow flag penalty. So that is actually quite bad for Milan actually, because he's got himself up to 5th place, although didn't pit. And I'm not sure if Poorly Orange would have actually served his pit. I'm not sure Poorly Orange would have actually served his speeding penalty in the pits, because it had just happened as he was entering the pits and the safety car was out. So I don't think he would have served that, and likely he's going to try and take the hards to the end now. I've now decided that that's likely what they're going to try and do if there isn't another safety car. Imagine if there's a safety car in a few laps, in around probably 10 laps time, they will come off those hards. So yeah, so we had the safety car restart. Not a great run for Milan, but is it too early for Emerson to take advantage? No, it isn't. He gets through. Actually, seems like he was let through, really. And Shipley got a good start, good off the restart. I'm gonna have a look. There's just got that Poorly Orange goes round with an incident with actually I just realised I don't remember who it was, but there was an incident there. I think we were a Farhad and Poorly Orange goes round. Fatality also on the back of Poorly Orange. 2 at the back. Trying to get a better run there was good on him, but not quite working out. Poorly Orange has another 3-second time penalty. He already had 5. Droff's got right very close to the back of Phil in the Ferrari ahead. And now I think we have a look and see. Dan Murphy trying to get past Nosley, using his overtake. Lord. Liam now has a 3-second time penalty as well. It'll be difficult to keep track of all these penalties as they continue to rack up. It's very easy still to get these penalties, no matter how good you are. Blaze in the DRS straight, but there's no DRS yet because of the safety car So Droff's not really making the progress that he would want to, although quite a few guys ahead of him have time penalties, including Nosley now, with a 3-second time penalty. I think that would probably have been a warning there. And oh right, there's a switch with the McLarens as Emerson gets through. I don't know if it was actually a switch or just a pure overtake. Shapley gets the fastest lap, and Fardhan has another, I think it was another 3-second time penalty. Dan Murphy there now getting a 3-second time penalty to that turn 1. Shapley really pulling a gap at the front now, 2 seconds ahead of Energetics. Milan on the back of Dan. Liam will be happy with the position he's in at the start and effectively at the back. And Emerson, who didn't take part in qualifying, he's in 4th, so he will be rather happy with that too, I would imagine. They've still to pit whilst others have already pitted. Different strategies playing out now because of the safety car. Oh, big mistake there for Milan, loses touch and gets a penalty. And Pearly Orange also with a penalty as well. But Nosley does get past. We've got side by side, a little bit of touching as well. Milan managed to keep the position. No, Liam goes through and just about keeps it on track. Emerson goes into the 3rd place position. Phil makes a mistake. I think there's really close now here. Droffs, Guzman, Blaze has lost positions out of that. The 4 of them are driving with each other. Droffs looking to make a move. Doesn't quite get it to work out for him. But now you'll have DRS. Milan's starting to pull away from this with the battling that's going on. And it's quite an easy DRS move. Drops now up to 8th. Blaze actually gets past Gunnerman, who's looking to come back up the inside but can't quite make it. There's now a big train here. Everyone's just running through the same complex of corners, the dirty air really getting in the way, but now you've got that lovely long straight to try and take advantage. But it's not working out for anyone, actually. And, Ferrari, it's got really close. Dan's decided to pit now. He's like Purely Orange pitted as well, got a 5-second time penalty. Again, Dan's really fallen quite far. Might have been best to pit under the safety car. Although these guys battling will be slowing each other down. When really what they need to be doing is making hay and getting the making the space. But Milan has managed to get some sort of distance and is actually very close with Liam in 5th place now. And unconventional overtaking place, still side by side, and makes it through very nicely. Milan though getting a 3-second time penalty for his troubles. And Droffs now right behind them. Both Liam and Milan and this kind of big cluster of drivers. Haas driver now getting past the Ferrari driver, but still side by side, but does finish it off, but sticking his nose back up there and keeping it intact. Oh, Gurman takes big advantage out of that one and manages to stick it round the final corner. What an overtake! Very well placed, very good racing between them all there. Dealt with greatly. So yes, although now pitting, trying to suss this one out, but I think Dross probably has net race lead, I think, with how much time it takes to have a pit stop at Silverstone. He's also got a bit of a gap now. If he can get past Liam very quickly, he may detach himself from the following pack as well, which would be good for him. It's basically, the pack really is from 12th all the way up to Milan in 3rd. It's crazy close. Gurman did move to break the slipstream. But he's still falling. Firth actually falling a bit away. So the guys behind will be wanting to pass very quickly, as he's starting to lose a bit of ground with his decision to go into the softs. Liam, he's got championship leader Dross right on his back. He'll be trying to defend, but at the same time he wants to make a place up on Milan as well. Well, he's on the same strategy as Dross, getting quite close to Gunman. Others on similar strategy haven't actually had the pace to make it work. I mean, who's chasing Phil will want to know that he's got a 3-second time penalty as well. Blaze now has a 3 seconds, so does Firth. He has another 3-second time penalty. But we do have North now getting past. Took a bit longer than what he would have wanted, but he's got past Liam in the Williams. And Farhad's got past Surf as well. He's going to make a move again. We do have Shapley in the pits. So Emerson Hilton leads. But look at that, exactly what I thought. He's going to lose buckets of time, and some of the guys in front may not actually need to pit. Quite a few of them will, but not all of them. Thirst is really trying to strangle out these softs as long as he possibly can. Liam, with 5 lap older mediums to Dross hards, is actually doing a good job still sticking with them. We've still got a bit of a queue. But Farhad has definitely lost loads of time to this battle that we are now watching. And it's not like he's actually pulling away. Just got a massive accidental corner cut. We have got the other AlphaTauri, who I really thought would be doing a bit better. He's now up to 9th. Yeah, up to 9th, and now he's after Farhad, who I think he can get past. And Firth actually pits now. Shapley now gets a 3-second time penalty. He's on softs as well. He's going to try to take them 11 laps. That is pushing it very much, especially since with the changes and other strategies that may prove effective at the beginning, but quite detrimental towards the end. And we are going to see an overtake, I am sure. It's maybe not, it's going to be close. Still sticking his nose just in there, and keeps it in the inside and gets the move done. Nicely done. Farhad might have actually got the better run out. He's still coming for him. Watch the Alfa Romeo behind as well. Oh my god, that was fantastic overtake. It was a mistake from Farhad that made it possible, but he just came steaming, absolutely steaming down the inside. That could have been almighty shunt, but instead it was a fantastic overtake. I think that was VIL entering the pits as well. Gurman has got a time penalty as well, and it's going to be an attempt here. No, he just sticks it behind. Fastest lap is sharply getting back towards the qualifying times already with that lap time, or at least some people's qualifying times. This looks like there could be an overtake, and it's done. Not getting a good camera angle unfortunately, but Blaze has got through against the Mercedes of Gurman on different strategies, of course. I'm not sure what happened there. There's now a decently big gap there, and fatality, I think. It's getting close, but this is that would have been some attempt to send that, but he's close on the straight. TRS, not much overtake though. Blaze doesn't either though. Will he try and make a move? Just not enough straight really. And the front two have finally pitted. Oh, they got so close. So close. And Dross is back in the lead, and Liam is in second place. The safety car has really changed things up in this race. Blades, he just got a 3-second time penalty there whilst we were watching behind. Still close here between and Farhad. There isn't much of a pace difference. 3-second time penalty though for the Alfa Romeo driver. And I just seen the swapping of positions between Energetics and Emerson, so unfortunately we missed the battle they were having. Fatality and a three-way scrap here, which should not be helping Shapley get back up through the field. Liam's now pitted. Oh, fatality with a mistake. Shapley gets through and gets the overtake. No, he almost got the overtake on the Alfa Romeo in front, and then almost spins out. So fatality will be on his back now, as Liam is in the pits and dropping back down the field. Trying to make that recovery now, Shapley, and he's going to get past the Alfa Romeo here. Quite comfortably he makes it. Now it's the fresh air that he's looking for to get after Farhad in front. Well, actually, he's a lot closer. Sorry, not fresh air. You'll have fresh air once he gets past Farhad. But don't forget the Alfa Romeo behind. He's still staying there. Fatality just now outside of the DRS. Not able to hang on. And yeah, Shapley gets past Farhad at the end of that straight quite easily. He's now into 5th, and he's got what he needs, a bit of fresh air to go after the second of the AlphaTauris. It's getting close here. Blade and Gunnerman. He's got the DRS open. Closing, closing, closing. Won't be close enough. Milan with the fastest lap. Way down in 14th though. First with another 3-second time penalty. He's really trying to close in. He's got if he can keep close and not make mistakes, he's got a great chance of overtaking down the straight here. I think the gap may just be too big to have a pop. Didn't pull out, so definitely not having a go. Starting to separate just outside DRS zones in most places, except from this battle with Gunman and Blaze. The only exception to that is Shapley coming through the field. And so on to make the move. Will he get it done? No, he's just not enough straight here for him. He's just not close enough. They're making particularly this. They're taking the same line through that complex of corners. They're actually doing very similar paces as well throughout the race. These guys, it's been fantastic racing. He's lost time again on that the exit though, and I don't think he'll get the chance. Shapley though, looks like he's about to take some points away from AlphaTauri. Just about makes sure he's back into 4th place. And the Mercedes still hasn't got past the Haas. The lock up there in front for Farhad, and sector 3 yellow flag as Milan is out. Let's see where he is. He's somewhere halfway down about halfway down the high straight. I don't like saying the name of the straight in case I mess up which one it is. Halfway down the straight. So that's put a slight halt, not a full safety car. And now the virtual safety car is in, and it looks like Garmin got a better launch, but that's not where you really want to be if you want to take advantage of the safety car coming in. Now the virtual safety car coming in. We'll keep an eye on this battle for the final podium. Fatality with a 3-second time penalty. He's sitting in 8th on track. Will he have a chance here? Still not quite close enough. Shapley chasing this battle down. And I'd be surprised if anybody on hard. Well, I would be surprised if anyone hard's pitted. I'd be surprised now if anybody on medium's pitted. They will be struggling, especially the guys on the medium tyres in the very last laps. So I think German needs to get past before it reaches that point. I think it's likely that the Alpha will get past the Renault in this situation as well. Not right now, and definitely don't touch. You've got a good chance. Fatality a bit down the road from that one, unfortunately for him. It's clear that the penalties will make a quite big difference actually as well to the points in this race. Farhad, I think it's definitely a better run here, but so is up front. Still not close enough, and near as the Alpha on the Renault. And now it seems like Blaze is starting to pull away. The gap is over half a second now, which is probably the biggest it's been in a good amount, quite a few laps. I think he may have a chance there. It looks like there may have been a mistake, maybe with both of them really. It's a similar gap still. Fatality's been caught though from the McLaren behind. And he's side by side at the end of the DRS straight and gets through. The softer rubber really helping out there against Fatality's 18 lap old hards. And he'll actually be trying to chase down this battle and get past these guys to get more points. Although he's picked up a 3-second time penalty, has Emerson. Not long to go now in this race. And these guys really need to make the decisive moves very quickly, as Emerson is beginning to close. And they will know that. They will now really be wanting to push on, especially the Alfa Romeo. He'll be sensing that he should have got past Farhad long ago, but at last he gets there. They're side by side, they do touch, and Farhad is around and overtaken by Emerson. And Fatality will be close as well. I think Alfa Romeo driver had it done already. Trying to keep it side by side. Farhad has managed to get some damage as well. It's not worth going past, trying to get past their Fatality. You can get it done on the straight. Don't run. Oh, that was a really bad one for Fatality. Energetics is having a disappointing one in 10th. Looked like it would be a much better race, and there's Fatality into 8th. Past Farhad. And now Emerson is now getting within the DRS zone of the Alfa Romeo. Ahead is Shapley has now caught the battle for second. Bit of a lock-up, I think, there, but he's really pushing to try and get second place. He'll probably know partly in his head that he may have thrown away the win by not pitting earlier. Actually, this is looking very close for a move for the Mercedes driver. Not in here though, but on the straight, maybe finally he'll be close enough. We'll keep an eye on that when we get to the straight as well. He's still not close enough. But Emerson, even in Chapel, could have had a go, but here we go. It's Shipley 3-second time penalty. It's going to cost them as well. Side by side. No touching at all, I don't think. And Emerson has the inside line, but then that swaps to the inside of the next corner. And the Alfa Romeo stays ahead, going on to the final lap. We've got a battle for second between three drivers on the final lap, and we've got a battle for sixth as well. Oh, Shapley, he gets it done, I think. Yes, he does. He's into third place and he's going to be chasing Blades. And Emerson gets through as well. Trying to stick in there as the Alfa Romeo, but he's through. I really want to keep looking on this one. Shapley's trying to stay. Shapley trying to stay in the DRS zone. Really clearly wants to go for it. He isn't going to make it. He gets another 3-second time penalty. That is really going to cost him in this race. So championship leader wins the race. Blaise Gunnerman jumps Shapeless because of the penalties. The AlphaTauri coming up behind. Oh, and he drops more as well. Gunnerman's in third. Hilton gets sixth. Vitality seventh. Energetics eighth. The other Alpha ninth. Farhad hangs in 10th. Dan Murphy 11th. Phil then Nosley in 13th. Liam 14th. Poorly Orange in 15th. Firth and 16th. Milan and Nova not finishing. But your winner is Dross, and extends his lead in the championship. And looking smug for it, if I may say so myself, with that celebration. Let's see if we can get people in for some podium interviews. So we have Dross. I hope their names are the same in here. And Gunman. Um, but yeah, that was absolutely fantastic race at Silverstone, battling throughout. I actually think I already had uh, just gonna find who we've got in here. I've got Ross, so I'll invite him right now and see if he can come in. I don't believe I have the other two, but if they can add me now, we can get them in as well. Hello there.
Hello, mate.
I must say that was a fantastic race to watch from a first one here. How was it from your standpoint? I think things changed with the safety car really as well.
Yeah, I got a bit of luck with the safety car because wheel to wheel on the same tyres, I'm not getting near Chapelele, he's too quick. Very good driver, so obviously jumped on those hards and hoped that he would get stuck in traffic, which happened, so that was good.
Yeah,
did quite nicely.
And that's you extending your championship lead again. So I can't do the maths in my head, but it'll be getting up towards 60, 70 points in the lead, I think.
Yeah, it's going well. I'll just take it one race at a time and see what we can do there. Keep it going, hopefully.
Yeah, again, it was a fantastic race, and I think others had struggled with traffic and others didn't pit as well, so I think it made quite a bit of difference. Sorry if I butchered names, but is it Blaze? Blaze?
It's just Blaze, that's alright.
Blaze, I was right, great. So, how was the race from your perspective, with the early safety car and the decision that you made during that point?
Starting off in qualifying, unfortunately on my last lap, I got a disconnect in the game, so shout out to Codemasters. So I couldn't finish my last lap. Started P7 I think, then I got a great start up to P3 I think it was. So behind Chapelele and Droftas. And from then on I just tried to follow them, what I did until the safety car came out. Then I was kind of surprised that Chapelele didn't pit. And I was like, oh yeah, could be a win here, maybe, if I could keep up with Droftas. So then we got into the safety car restart, and after a few laps, I think Droftas was passing for the racer, and unfortunately, I got stuck behind him and couldn't overtake. So Droftas could drive out a nice gap, and yeah, from then on, all the other guys pitted, and then there was like a 4-second gap constantly between me and Droftas, I think. And behind me it was Gurman, I think his name is, yeah, Gurman.
Yes, yeah.
He was always up my ass. I was just trying to keep him behind all the time, which I did. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with my first podium now, and yeah, in this league.
Yeah, I think you had a great race. I think Chapelele had a good pace as well, but he decided not to pit under that safety car. How do you think that's really what hampered his race as well? Because he got stuck in traffic too.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in that position and you're leading on and the safety comes out, you just, I mean, I was in that position too, and it's just really difficult to decide what to do, because you just don't know what the people behind you are doing. And yeah, I was like, yeah, Chapelele like was faking to go into the pits, but then I saw Droftas pitting, so I just followed him through. I was like, yeah, there's probably other people pitting, so, and I mean, I was testing the hards before, I think, in a different league race, and they were decent, so yeah.
Yeah.
But from his perspective, it's just really difficult to pit, or not pit. It's really difficult to decide.
Yeah, unfortunately Graham can't actually join, but he had a great race with you guys as well at the front. But like you said, Droff's managed to get that gap whilst everybody else was in traffic, and he managed to get through it, I guess, a little bit better, which allowed you to just kind of have a comfortable end when everybody else was still battling away behind. Did you feel it comfortable? I guess probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was comfortable. Well, that's great. So this is my first race commentating on this league, and I got to say thanks to you guys for making it an absolutely fantastic first experience for me here. And congratulations to both of you, and Blaze for your first podium as well.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Cheers.
No
Cheers.
problem.
Take it easy, boys.
I'll do. So that's us going to be wrapping it up, and as I said to guys, it was a fantastic race. I hope you enjoyed as well, and be back next week for the continuation of the championship. See you then.